Friends, let me tell you about God on this good morning. I don't got to fit this into 3 minutes because he knew I needed 10. Listen, when I tell you that everything this morning did not go towards my plan, nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done. Baby, as I was getting ready, picking out my clothes, y'all know I have a lot of hoodies. If you don't know, you should know. I have a lot of hoodies. Um, all the hoodies that I have, I've ordered them. I've had them made. But as with certain materials, they start forming lint balls. They start to get a little crusty, or whatever. So you have to use a lint roller, or I use a razor. And it's kind of therapeutic because I'm there and I'm just, shaving off those things that I feel make it look a little off and don't need to be there. So as I'm doing that and I'm getting caught up in what I'm doing because it is therapeutic, I hear, and people be saying, I hear the voices literally dropped in my spirit, go against the grain. And I'm like, go against the grain. Okay. Okay. And so sometimes I'm like, like, I got to get it out. I got to get it out. I don't want to forget it. I got to get it out. But something was like, let it marinate. You're not going to forget it. Go against the grain. So I was supposed to be at a computer turn in to get swap out my laptop at my job at 7:45. I'm like, I stay 15 minutes up. The road ain't no thing. I'll be there more than enough time. So I get my son on the bus. I'm getting my stuff together, got something to mail, getting that together. And then I'm like, okay, so I go to leave. Traffic. Traffic. Like, it's never really traffic, but it's traffic. So I get in the lane that I need to be in. It's a turning lane. But then there are people that ride out the turning lane trying to get ahead of the traffic that's in the lane that's going straight. There was this huge pickup truck that was doing the same thing that the car behind it was doing. So the pickup truck gets over, then the car behind it, it was a dude in a Caprice Classic. If you got a Caprice, anyway, neither here nor there. So he tries to get in front of the pickup truck that did the exact same thing that he did. Pickup truck gonna brake check him. Now, I thought he was just gonna tap his bumper. No, he hit him. Hit that man's Caprice. Girl, listen. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just keep on. Traffic, traffic. I'm like, every correspondence from this thing said, if you were late, you would have to reschedule. If you were late, you'd have to reschedule. 7:45, I'm still in my car trying to get to the building. I text my boy Justin. I said, Justin, could you please go to the conference room and tell them I'm coming? It's traffic. I'm coming. I'll be there by 8. I ain't hear nothing. I'm still trusting. I'm feeling anxious, but I'm holding on. I'm like, if it's meant to be, it's going to be. I get to the highway. I'm going. More traffic. So I'm like, okay, God, it's whatever. I get to the exit. My boy Justin called. He said, buddy, what time you gonna get here? I said, I'm getting off at the exit now. He was like, all right, cool. Hang up. I'm pulling into the parking lot. Justin calls me back. He was like, yeah. He said this girl came. She was 3 minutes late. He told her she had to be rescheduled, but he'll wait for you. He'll wait for you. Listen, go against the grain. I'm about to cry because I'm like, everything says you're supposed to reschedule. You're not supposed to be here. They just turned somebody away, but they waited for you. They waited for me. What made me so special that they would turn everybody else, but they waited for me. So listen, go against the grain. So I'm like, okay, God, what? Okay, God, what is this? So I look up, go against the grain. What does that mean? Going against the grain is an inclination that something it's different than something that you perceive or believe. Like, it's not what it is. Go against the grain. And as this plays over in my mind, in my spirit, I think about directions. And a lot of times we'll look at directions and it says for optimum outcome, to get the best results, use as directed. But there are times in our life, hear me clearly, there are times in our lives when you will have to go against the natural flow. Because you know, salmon, they don't swim with the current, they swim against it. Do you hear me? There are times in your life when you will have to go against the grain. If you're a barber, you know sometimes you got to go against the grain. Can you catch that in your spirit? Can you hear me? Can you hear what I'm saying to you? For best results, most times you got to use as directed. But there are times in your life when using as directed ain't gonna cut it. And God is gonna have you go against the grain. It ain't gonna make sense. You gonna feel crazy. People gonna look at you crazy. Look, people look at me crazy all the time. People look, what are you talking about? Why do you do this? Why do you whatever? Look, I am who I am. Go against the grain. That accident could have been me. They could have turned me away at, like, look, you late. You can't. And mind you, even when I got into the training, the turn in, it was like 12 people, I'll say. I was the last one there. I was the last one to leave. And the way that look, the way that them IT dudes bless my spirit, the way that I feel I bless their spirit, just by being me. Go against the grain. And it sounds like, oh, you're being disobedient, but that's not what it is. Going against the grain doesn't make you wrong. Going against the grain in due time and season makes everything right. Because what you have to remember is that it is not to hurt or to harm you, but to give you a future and a hope and to bring you to an expected end. Go against the grain. Go against the grain. Because y'all know me. I'm always. Why fit in when you were made to stand out? I love y'all on purpose. Go forth and be great. On purpose, with purpose, because you have purpose and you know I love you on purpose. Go against the grain. Remember who you are.